Good afternoon, students. I hope you all are well. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Pratya Joshi. I mainly deal with the physics subject for you. Students, already sir has started the first lesson. Yes, here first and the second lessons both are interlinked with each other. That's why I am going to start the new lesson, that is the current electricity. This is the third lesson for you, right? In this chapter, we are going to study the current electricity and some phenomena relating to with it, right? So let us start with the basic things. In the first chapter, you already studied the charges, right? So how many types of the charges are present? Mainly the three types of the charges are present. That is protons, electrons, and the neutrons, right? Here protons are the positively charged particles, electrons are the negatively charged particles, and the neutrons are the neutral in the status. So when we come to the current electricity, that time we have to remember the one charge, that is the electron. They are the negatively charged particles. So what is the charge of the electrons? That is the 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 90 coulomb. This is the electron charge, right? So based on the property of current electricity, we classify the two types of the materials, that is conductors and the insulators. So here I will write conductors. Then what are these conductors? Conductors are nothing but these are the materials which allow the electric current easily passes through them. Once again I will repeat. The conductors are the materials which allow the electric current easily passes through them. Those materials only we call them as the conductors, right? You can take the example aluminium or else the copper. Yes, so here aluminium and copper is also called as a good conductors of the electricity. You may be asked how they are called as a good conductors of electricity. Yes or no? So here take the example aluminium. Here I will consider example as the aluminium. We know the atomic number of the aluminium, that is 13, right? So I will write here electronic configuration. We know that how to write 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, then 3p1, right? 2, then 6, 8 it is, 10 it will be, then it is 13, right? It is. So now I want to write the electronic orbits. We know that nucleus is at the center, and the first shell will be the K shell, second shell will be the L shell, right? Third will be the M shell. Yes or no? So take the formula 2n square. So in the first n is equal to 1. How many electrons are needed now? First in the first orbit, 2 electrons. So they will come and sit here, right? Take n is equal to 2. Put n is equal to 2 here. 2 square will be the 4. 4 into 2, that is 8 electrons I will get here. So 8 will be occupy the position in the second orbit, that is the L orbit. So total how many remain? This one is covered and this one is covered. So how many remain now? Only 2, 1. 3 electrons will be remain. So where it will go? They will come and occupy the position here at the last orbit, right? Where the electrons occupy the position in the last orbit, that orbit only we call it as a valency orbit, right? The electrons in the last orbit, that electrons only we call it as the valency electrons. Here valency electrons, right? These are responsible for the conductivity now. Just assume that this is the chocus. Yes, it is made up of the number of the atoms, that we know already, and we don't know how many number of the atoms, that may be the millions or else the billions together, right? Just take the example like this is the one aluminium rod. So here number of the atoms are present. Yes, so each atom is giving how many electrons? 3 electrons. So 3 electrons into number of the atoms, that may be the million or billion. So we can't count the number of the electrons. Yes or no? That's why these electrons are responsible for the electrical conductivity in the aluminium, right? That's why the aluminium is called as the good conductor of the electricity. So we studied about the conductors, right? And here one more concept will come, that is the insulators. Insulators. So insulators are directly opposite to the conductors. That means the conductors which allow the electric current easily. Here these are the materials which do not allow the electric current passes through them. Those only we called it as the insulators, right? You can take the example glass, wood, or else the plastic you can take as an example for the insulators. So here you maybe see that in your home they given the connection from the switchboard to fan or else the light. Yes or no? How they given? With the help of the pipes, right? Pipe, they given the pipe is an outside layer and inside they put the wires. Yes or no? There wires means conducting wire. Yes or no? Through that electric current will be flows. And pipeline means what? That is the insulator. If I touch by mistakenly also, I would not get the shock, right? That's why the insulating coating is given in the domestic use, right? So we discussed some basic concepts, and now we are going to move towards the current electricity definition. What is the current electricity then? Students, in the first lesson you know that charges are there. How the charges are there? They are at the rest position, yes, or else in the bound position. But in the current electricity, they have to be in the motion. Yes, we have to make the electrons at the motion. Then only there is a flow of the current, right? So then how they will move? How they are in the motion? For that they have to need the energy, no? I will tell you how I will get the energy. Of course, I will take the food. Yes or no? Uta ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ energy ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Yes or no? And after that what I will do? I will work, I will run, I will walk. Yes or no? So I will get the energy from my food. But here also, just assume here electrons are there. Here electrons are there. They are at the rest position now. They are sleeping. So we have to give the energy, to them to move from one position to another position. So they need the energy. How we will give the energy? That is by the battery. Positive, negative. This is the battery. This is our battery. Just assume here one LED bulb is there. Yes, this is our LED bulb and this is the battery. With the help of the battery, I am giving the energy to the electrons. Here electrons are present, right? So first they are at the rest position. When I given the energy from this battery, what will happen? The current, this energy will go and hit the electrons and they start to move in this circuit. So what will happen? If there is a flow of the current means, of course, there is a flow of the electricity. That means the LED bulb will glow. Yes or no? So through this we can define the current definition. That is, well, if Q is a net charge flowing through a cross section of a conductor in the time t, then current I will be the I is equal to Q by T. Yes or no? See, current will be denoted with the help of letter I. Q will be the amount of the charge and T will be the time, right? So find the rate of change of current, or else find the amount of the current flows in a one cross section of a conductor at a particular time t. We can call it as a current, right? Just assume this is our conductor. Cross section means what? One part of the conductor. This is also a part of the conductor, no? So when the charge flows like this, when the charge flows through a cross section of a conductor at a unit interval of time, at a particular time, then they constitute the current I, right? This is the definition of the current. So now we defined the definition, so we want the SI unit. That is very important in our physics. Yes or no? So SI unit of the current will be the ampere. What it is? Ampere, that will be written as a capital A, right? Ampere or else the coulomb per second. Coulomb is the SI unit of the charge and second is the SI unit of the time, right? So and we also have the some small units of the current also. Yes, see in your home we are using the more amount of the current. Yes, but when you use the current in the instruments like a ammeter, in your practicals you are using that one. Yes or no? Ammeter is a one instrument, through that we are measuring the amount of current. Yes, basically in our labs we are using the milliammeters, milliammeters or else the microammeters. Yes or no? They, if the milliammeter is present, then we are using the current how much? 10 to the power minus 3 ampere of current. That measures 10 to the power minus 3 ampere of current. If that is microampere, then 10 to the power minus 6 ampere. These are the some small units of the current, right? So you can take the big example. You can take the one more example like a lightning. Yes, how the lightning will happen? Through the cloud. Yes or no? The clouds are having the much amount of the current. Yes or no? And directly that will hit to the earth's surface, right? But how it will come? Just take here. Here it is a cloud. Just assume. And here what is present? The electrons are present. Of course, it is containing the electric charge. It will hit the earth's surface. Earth surface it is. How it will come? It will come in the zigzag manner. Yes or no? Through this it will come and hit the earth's surface. It is carrying the more than thousands of ampere of current. We can't imagine also. That's why we can say that due to the lightning there is a person died. Yes or no? Yes. This is carrying the more amount of the current. But see, more amount of the current is also present, and also the small amounts of the currents are also present. Right? So now we have to define the one more definition, that is the 1 ampere definition. Yes. See, I can use this formula itself. Current. Yes. Ampere is the SI unit of the current. So I will write it as a. Now I have to define the 1 ampere definition. Yes. 1 ampere here. When the 1 ampere current will constitute, if I is flowing through a conductor, then in the 1 second. Yes, at the 1 second, at the 1 second, current I is flowing. Yes, 1 ampere of current is flowing, while 1 coulomb of the charge will passes through the every cross section. Correct? While 1 coulomb of the charge will passes through the cross section of a conductor in 1 second, that time that constitute the 1 ampere of the current. Right here, 1 coulomb. Yes or no? See, now 1 second time interval. Now it will become 1 ampere is equal to 1 coulomb divided by 1 second. Everywhere I write the 1, 1, 1, 1. It will become equal. Yes or no? So 1 ampere of current is nothing but the 1 coulomb divided by 1 coulomb of the charge will passes through the cross section of a conductor at a time of the 1 second. This is also the one important definition for you. Right? So now we come to know about the current. Right? So next one will be the about the charges. I told you already that there is a conductor. Right here, electrons are present. You know that in the conductors, electrons are present. Yes, but they are at the rest position. They are sleeping. Yes, they are taking the rest. But when through the battery I given the charge. This is LED bulb and this is battery. Positive negativities. Right? The charges are neither be created nor be destroyed. Hence the charge is conserved. Yes or no? Students, in the conductor means of course there is a presence of the charge. Yes, we can't be create. Yes, but we can't be destroy them. They are already exist. Yes, but they are at the rest position. When I given the energy from this battery, they wake up and start to move in this circuit. Yes or no? That's why we can say charges are the conserved. You know already this one. Yes, law of conservation of the charges. This only we call it as. Then conventional direction. Students, we come to know that the charges are moving in the the motion of the charge only we call it as a current. Yes or no? Whether if there is a motion of the charge, then what is the importance of time length? I already told you that here current means motion of the charge. Then what is the importance of T? Why we want the T then? Yes or no? Just assume, just consider that there are the presence of the two conductors. This is one and this is one. Yes, just assume in this conductor only the 20 coulombs of the charges take 20 coulombs of the charges they are flowing. They will take the how much time? Like a 5 minutes they will take. Just assume. And in this conductor they are taking the 1 hour. In this conductor they are taking 5 minutes only. But in this conductor that 20 coulombs of the charge only they are taking how much? 1 hour. Yes or no? Time difference is there. All are not same. Yes or no? That's why the current, this time is very important in the flow of the current. Right. So now we have to define the one more definition, that is the conventional direction. See, we come to know that the motion of the charge itself is the current. Right. So at what direction they will move? Upwards or downwards? Backwards or is the forward? We don't know in what direction they are moving. Correct. So now I am going to discuss that one, that is the direction of the current. So here already electrons are present. This is one conductor. This is taken as a conductor. And here electrons are present. I already told you. They are at the rest position. When I given the energy from this battery, they start to move in this direction. Yes or no? They start to move in the circuit. In the basic, in your 10th standard, you already know that current will be moved from the positive to negative terminal of the battery. Right? So here it is positive and here it is negative. So like this they will move and it will again come back. But electrons, how they will move? Electrons means it is having the negative charge. So of course it start to attract towards the positive. Right? So it will come like this. It will move like this. So current and the electrons both are moving in the opposite way. Right? That only we call it as a conventional direction. Right? So here I direction is always in the I means what? Current. Current direction is always in the opposite direction of the electron, which is conventional direction. Right? That means both the electron and the current are moving in the opposite direction. That only we call it as a conventional direction. Right? So next point, what is in the, see, I already told you that in the current electricity time is very important. Yes, just assume just take the example like this. Students, just consider that here one conductor is there, here one conductor is there. Yes, what I will do, I will consider these two conductors and where I will hold this one? In the air medium I will hold first. Where? In the air medium I will hold. Right? Whether there is a flow of the charges? Definitely no, because air is insulating medium, that we know. Yes or no? Air we take as a oxygen. Yes or no? That means, see, if there is a presence of the charges or if that is a conduction medium, then what will happen? Definitely we will get the shock whenever we will breathe, but it will not happen. Yes or no? That's why the air is the insulating medium. There is no flow of the charge. But when I consider these two conductors and I connected with the help of the one metallic wire. What wire? Metallic wire. Just assume metal here I will take aluminium metal, aluminium wire or else the copper wire I will consider here. Right? And here I will connect with the battery. For the energy we need the battery, no? So now what will happen? Definitely there is a flow of the charges. Right? Because it is a conducting wire. Aluminium or else the copper is a conducting wire. And students, here just assume here 20 electrons are present in this conductor. Here 10 electrons are present in this conductor. So up to what time they will flow? Yes or no? We have to need a particular time, no? Yes. That is only the steady current. Here what will happen? See, when these both the conductors are having the equal charges, no? Up to that time there is a flow of the charges in the conductors. Yes. From the high conductor to the high electron conductors to the low electron conductors, the charges start to move. Right? Here 20 are there, here 10 are there. When they will become both 15, 15, no, up to that time there is a flow of the charges, right? That time only we call it as a steady current. Yes, that current only we call it as a steady current, right? Steady current. Yes, steady current, right? Take the one more example, that is the lightning, right? From the cloud, I already told you that the cloud is having the much amount of the current, right? When that will comes to the earth, that means when that hits to the earth, what will happen? That discharges the current to the earth's surface, right? How it will come? In the zigzag manner, yes or no? So from one body to another body the current will comes, but again whether the earth will given back to the current to the earth cloud, definitely no, yes or no? That means it is the not steady current, where current is not steady. Then that time what we have to do? That time we have to consider the one more equation here. In some cases, in lightning, take the example as a lightning. In some cases, while net flow of the charge is not steady. Yes, here see, here also 15 charges, equalities. But in the cloud you can take where the more amount of the charge is present in the cloud. At the time of lightning, there is no charges are at the earth's surface. Yes or no? That is, in some cases, when net flow of the charges is not steady, then current will be given by the equation, that is I is equal to limit of delta t tends to 0, delta q by delta t. Right? Through this equation, we are going to write the current now. That is if the current is not steady then. So here, delta q is what? Net amount of the charge. What it is? Net amount of the charge. And delta t is nothing but the net amount of the current, because time will always changes. Yes or no? The current will not same for the all the time. It will be changes for the every second. Yes. Here net amount means what? See, while doing the practicals, you know that for same experiment you are taking the 3 to 4 readings. Yes or no? And finally what you will do? You will take the mean of that. Right? That is only the net amount. Here also that we are considering net amount of the charge and net amount of the time here. So that I can written as a dq by dt. Small d, capital Q divided by small d into small t. That is rate of change of flow of the electrons through a cross section of a conductor is also called as a current. Right? This is the one more definition of the current. Students, here we discussed the different properties and different definitions of the current. Right? Now I am going to discuss some concepts. Students, I want to ask you whether in our body there is a flow of the current. That means small amount of the current that will flow in our body. Yes or no? How it is? See, when I touch the hot body, suddenly I will take my hand back. Yes or no? Why? Because see, when I touch the hot body, what will happen? These are my sensory organs. Skin is a sensitive organ that we know. So these sensitive organs send the messages to my brain that analyze the message, and again it will send back the message to my hand, and it will take, my hand will take the hand back. Yes or no? My hand will take back. Right? So what will happen here? What messages will carry in your hand? That is the electrical impulses. Right? They are only the electrical impulses that you are going to study in the nervous system. Right? These that electrical impulses are in the order of the 10 to the power minus 6 ampere. Right? And in the domestic purpose, in your home you are using, that current will be the more. Right? As compared to the instruments that we are using in our practicals. These are the examples that we are using the different types of the currents. Right? So take the one concept here. You can take it as a note. Here. So in the first case, what happened? Consider the two charges present here first. One will be the Q1. We know that the charges we can, net amount of the charge we can write it as a Q. But when we consider the single charges, that time that we have to denote with the letter small q. Right? Here I want the two charges. That's why I am considering Q1 and Q2. Right? Q1 and Q2. So here this Q1 is having the positive charge and Q2 is having the negative charge, right? But this Q1 is moving in the forward direction and Q2 is also moving in the forward direction. So at the time t, now how the current will constitute, that I can write here, I is equal to Q1 by T, right, according to this definition, and here one more is there, yes or no, plus minus Q2 by T. Why minus? Because it is carrying the negative charge, right? Both are in the forward direction, that's why I took here positive charge. Q1, Q2 are the two charges and T will be the time and I will be the current here. So I can write this one as Q1 by T minus Q2 by T, right? This is the formula. Sometimes in the CET they will ask the questions on this definitions or from these formulas, right? And consider the second case. Here also I will consider the Q1 and Q2. This is in the positive direction. This is the positive charge. This is having the positive charge and this is having the negative charge, right? But here Q1 is moving in the forward direction, Q2 is moving in the backward direction. So now the current I is equal to Q1 by T minus. Why I consider minus here? Because of this backward, right? Then already it is Q2, it is having the negative charge, so I can write it as Q1 by T minus minus into plus, then Q2 by T. Yes, this is the two cases that arises from our current electricity. Yes, students. Today's class we discussed about the electric current and some basic definitions of the electric current, right? So in the next class I am going to discuss the electric current in the conductors. What the case in the conductors, how the electric current flows, that we are going to study in the next class along with the Ohm's law.